Pukemanu was revolutionary. It changed the whole approach of New Zealand writers, directors and actors to just what the hell we thought we were doing. You can go to Gillian Dickon, the original writer. Tony Isaac would be the main influences there. And they didn't want to hire professional actors. They wanted to hire people who had street cred, particularly among the Māori actors, because there weren't a lot of professional Māori actors. So that sort of shoehorned them into it a bit. But the effect of it was that their presence dominated the narrative, and it actually created a kind of style, a naturalistic style. Everybody had Kiwi accents. That was pretty new. That movie got to where it got to because of Roger Donaldson. It was his movie. He was driving it. He was taking all the risks on his own. There was no film commission. They didn't exist. In fact, I'll tell you who gave him some of the money. A man called Don Brash, who was at that time running a finance company. They put up half the money. But no, it was Roger's unstoppable drive and determination that kept that thing happening and got it to the movie he wanted it to be. Warren turned up for his first shot, was getting out of the car and saying, you know, is this the right place? And I'll have that room over there. And he's got a beer bottle in one hand and a piece of paper in the other hand, and he says, is this such and such motel? Yeah. Okay, well, I'll take that room over there, and off he goes. One take, beautiful. Somebody came out and said, what's that in his hand? I said, it's a piece of paper, got the address on it. Why? It was the script. He was reading it through the scene, but he was totally in the moment. So it was fine. Jeff Murphy was living in Waimarama. He said, I've got this thing, I've been working on it for 3 years with Bruno and Elbol and Martin Sanderson and things, and we just don't know if we've got the film commission coming back and giving us notes and things, and it's just all bullshit. We just don't know if it's worth carrying on with. I said, well, send me the script and I'll answer that question for you. So he sent me this box file, and I went through it. They'd work out in detail how they were going to shoot the Mini going onto the railway carriage in Wellington. That, they knew where the camera was going to go, what the ramp was going to look like, how they'd build it, blah, 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 the speed the train would have to go. They had it all worked out. And most of the stunts, they were already fait accompli. I was originally going to direct it. But it looked as though I might get golden weather off the ground, so I pulled out and Jeffrey directed it. And he sort of didn't want to direct it, which is nuts, because his direction is just so much of that movie. I mean, you know, Jeff did a stunning job. I think he surprised himself. That's a Jeff Murphy film. When it does get its repeat screenings on television, which it does every few years, there is always a rash of car thefts of yellow Minis up and down the country. And I would, working with kids in schools or working with teaching actors and things, somebody with pork pie would come up and I would hear over and over and over again, oh, when that came out, everybody had to see it because it went right past my auntie's place. You know, when he's doing the roundabout with the mad guy in Dunedin, my auntie's place is just, and we could see it. And that was actually part of Jeffrey's intention from the very beginning. It's going to go from North Cape to Bluff. Kmart Friday was the first feature I directed. And that was just the most enjoyable 6 months of my life. I just loved it. It dragged together a whole lot of old theatrical bullshit I'd been carrying around for so long. So I got a theatrical actor. I got Peter Bland. I thought he was fantastic. Ron Highfield was designing it, and he just cottoned on to that whole theatrical side of it instantly. I told him I was colourblind, red-green colourblind. So he made the whole movie red and green. The night before the first day's shoot, which was going to be in the main street, I drove down that street and the bloody pub was just red with green windowsills, and it looked like a big black red spider squatting in the middle of the street. I thought, what have you done to me? And I shot down to the design department and said, Ron, what the hell have you done? He said, I told you I was going to paint it red. I said, I hate it. He said, take me 2 days to repaint it, and I haven't got the budget. All right. It wasn't until we shot down by the car sale yard, came up the street and panned around onto the pub. And when I saw it in the camera, I went, it's brilliant. He was right. I was wrong. Happy to be so wrong. Once the Warriors was a mega hit. I had the same actor, a number of the same actors. I had an enormously good crew and a lot of other really good actors. I had a damn good producer in Bill Gavin. But of course, it's a sequel and it's virtually doomed to get 50% of what the original got. It hit another little stumbling block because I went to screenings and did Q&As. And I realized that a lot of people didn't want to see the story progress. They wanted to see a retelling in a different way of the same story. Where was Beth? What about the eggs? I mean, all this stuff, you know, and I was saying, hang on. This story has moved on from there. That was then, this is now. When I'm writing, I'm very aware of the inner dialogue of the characters and the inner monologues of the characters, which is why I find it hell on wheels when I write it and somebody else directs it. Particularly if they're glove puppet style directors who like to say to the actors, well, first you do this and then you do that and I want you to hit that point there and this is very emotional and you cry there and all that. I hate that crap, you know. So when I'm writing, I am imagining working with that dialogue with an actor for the actor to use it to be in the moment. And then when I'm directing, I'm continuing that same process, but usually cursing the writer. Because it looks different, you know. It may not have all the underneath you wanted when you're writing it. And if the actor can't find it, it's because it's been written badly. I suspect that I will die with Came Out Friday regarded as my best movie. I can still learn, and that's what I enjoy. Coming back after a day's shoot going, wow. I remember coming back after some of the shoots on Burying Brian and watching those women working together. I thought they were terrific. And I learned from them. That's what it's about. That's what makes it fun. And I want to keep having fun in the film industry.